Hello there, Leo. Thank you for stopping by for your video tarot forecast for the week of April 20th through the 26th. I am using my Russian tarot of St. Petersburg once again, and what we have showing up, Leos, on Monday is we have the Page of Cups in reverse. So when I see the Page of Cups, this just tells me, Leos, that on Monday you will be passing along a message of love to somebody in your life. So what do messages of love look like? They can be engagement rings, flowers, chocolates. They don't have to be. They can also be providing a shoulder to somebody who needs it to lean on or to cry on. They can be helping out a coworker if they're feeling overwhelmed or if they're overwhelmed by work. There's a lot of different ways that we can pass along a message of love to those people in our lives. And I see you guys exploring those different options about how to do it and passing along messages in all kinds of wonderful ways on Monday. Now, Tuesday, excuse me, what we have coming up here for you, Leos, is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords, what this really means to me in this particular deck is that this is a time when you're kind of picking up the pieces. You've been through some kind of struggle and you've come out victorious, but there hasn't been, it's a struggle. It hasn't been easy. So there has been some things that have happened that you kind of have to put back together again. So this is picking up the pieces on Tuesday. What I see for you guys, Leo, is something that you've been struggling with. You've come to the end of this struggle. You've actually won the struggle. And now it's time to start picking up the pieces and putting things back together the way they should be, or the way it's appropriate for them to be together in your life. Excuse me. On Wednesday, what you have coming up is the Six of Cups. I really like this card. The Six of Cups, either way you slice it, I like it. But right side up, the Six of Cups is talking about memories. Looking back at things, looking back at the way things used to be, and being a little bit nostalgic for that. Like kind of looking back and going, yeah, those were the good old days. That type of situation on Wednesday for you. And then Thursday, what we have coming up is we have the Four of Swords. Take a break. This is what you're going to be doing. Okay? Now, the Four of Swords is a special kind of break. This is what I call a forced rest. All right? So Four of Swords is a forced rest. This is not when you're taking a vacation day. Okay? There's something out of your control on Thursday that causes you to not be able to do all the things that you would normally be doing on that day. So what happens in that situation is that we get time to think about things that we normally would not consider. And so our perspectives about those things that we normally wouldn't consider start to change, start to update. And so once we come into that Four of Swords situation where we have this sort of forced rest, we come into it as the original version of us, but we come out of it as this more advanced version of us, somebody who's more productive and can lean towards their happiness more easily. This forced rest situation is a very temporary situation. It's a very finite period. For some of you, I'm feeling like this may last more than a day. I'm feeling like for some of you, this may last up to 6 weeks. For others of you, this is just going to be a day. For some of you, it's going to be 2 or 3 days. And you've kind of got all in between. To me, it feels like most of you, it's going to be 2 or 3 days is going to be the length of this forced rest. It's a lesser percentage of you that we're looking at 6 weeks, and then there are some time frames that are in between there for just minute percentages of you. So most of you, just 2 or 3 days for the forced rest. Okay, so that starts on Thursday, and then on Friday, we have the Two of Swords. This is another card that really talks about thought and thinking things over. And this is also about decision. So there's a decision that you're making on Friday that you're really putting a lot of thought into. You're trying to make the best possible decision in the situation that you can. What else can I pull out about this? You're also trying to be as fair as you can in this situation. For most of you, it's going to have to do with people, although for a few of you, it will be situations. Okay, so I think that's all I really need to find off of that card for you guys. Of course, I say that, and then something else draws my eye. Oh, okay. So this decision seems to be, for most of you, this decision seems to be about a crossroads in your life, and you're trying to decide which path that you want to take on that crossroads. And, I'm a psychic, so I'm just going to say it. Crossroads, that's what I specialize in. If you need a reading, think about whether I'm the best reader for you to work with or not. Really nice to be able to get some spiritual insight when you're at a crossroads to help you make that decision a little bit more easier about which path you're going to take. So, Saturday, what you Leos have is the Knight of Clubs coming up in reverse. Knight of Clubs coming up in reverse is just telling me that you are being inspiring to someone in your sphere of influence on Saturday, Leo. And for most of you, I feel like this kind of inspiration is going to come from you just living your everyday life, and people are going to be noticing how you live your everyday life and kind of thinking, well, I wish I could handle those situations a little bit better, and sort of watching you and figuring out from watching you how to handle those situations a little bit better. So a smaller percentage of you, we're looking at inspiring somebody by actually writing something to them or saying something to them. But that's the smaller percentage. For most of you, you're not even going to realize you're inspiring somebody. You're just going to be living your life. Later on during the day, and for some of you even not till Sunday, you'll hear about how you inspired somebody, but you're not going to hear about that even right away. Now, Sunday. We have the Temperance card in reverse. So basically the Temperance card in reverse, what this really tells me is that on Sunday there's a situation that you're starting to realize has your life a little bit out of balance, out of whack. Kind of like when you have one flat tire, every once in a while you hear that thunk sound as you're going down the road. Thunk, thunk, thunk. You know something's not right. That's kind of what's going on Sunday. You're hearing that thunk. You're going, oh, something's not right here. And you're starting to get some ideas together about what you can do to improve that situation. Okay, so that's what I see going on Sunday. So Leo, that is your week. For those of you who would like to schedule a private session with me, feel free to check out my website. I'm at amista.info, amista.info. Once you're there and you've poked around a little bit, if I still feel like the best reader for you to work with, then feel free to contact me and we will schedule a session for you as quickly as possible. And then for everybody else, I'll see you all right here next week. Everyone have a great week. Peace out.